you've been spending too much of time on other people's opinions, letting other people's opinions influence your moves, your decisions, and how you run your life, this video is for you. It's about time that you stop allowing people to control your life and bravely step into how you want to show up in your own life. So hello beautiful people and welcome back to my channel. If you don't already know, my name is Dr. Shelly-Ann and I talk all things career, education, business, and a little bit of lifestyle. Today I am talking about how to bin other people's opinions and start focusing on what you believe about yourself. Before I get into the tips, I want to say that it's pretty reasonable that you are listening to other people's opinions and other people's opinions are affecting the way that you experience life. We all want to experience a sense of belonging. We all want to be liked. We don't want to be judged, and we really just want to play it safe in this life. We don't want all of the confrontation and just all of the bad vibes. So we get into this habit of just trying to play nice just so that we can live a hassle-free life. And I get it, but I also feel like there comes a point in your life where you are tired of playing along, playing a game that doesn't fit you, fitting into spaces that are really not for you, and just living your life on other people's expectations and terms. So tip number one, and this is something that I say all of the time, and it is that you are not for everyone. I will repeat that again. You are not for everyone. Y'all, this changed my life big time when I stopped trying to be for everyone and I just started being for people who I was really for and who was really for me. Now, again, we are in this kind of experience of wanting to please everybody and wanting to be liked. But if you think about it, you can't please everybody, and everybody is going to have an opinion. I mean, if you think about the amount of opinions that exist in this world, if you are trying to pacify each one, honey, you're running on E. You can't do it. It's not sustainable. And it just really takes you away from truly living life to your fullest capacity. So instead of focusing on who you're not for or who may not like you or who is judging you, start focusing on the people that are actually for you, that actually want to hear what you have to say, that actually support what it is you do. I think a lot of times we spend too much of effort and energy in thinking about the people who are the naysayers, the people who are the haters, the people who don't like us. And quite frankly, those are not our people. And if they are not our people, why are we spending so much time listening to them? Why are we giving their opinion so much of precedent? Why are we giving their opinion so much of attention? The people who are for us, they're not thinking those things about us. They're not judging us harshly. They're not criticizing us. They're not being nasty. The people who are for us get it. The people who are for us, they understand what you're trying to say. They understand where you're going, and they come with a space of non-judgment. Those are the people that we need to be focusing on. And I know that sometimes it can feel well, where are those people? I can't find those people out there. Well, you need to start shifting your attention to finding those people, because if you keep focusing on the people who are not for you, the people who are constantly judging you, you would never see the person who is yeah, I like her stuff. Because your mind is so preoccupied with the haters and with the negativity. And it's you have to clear space so that you can literally see your tribe, so that you can literally make connections that feel good and feel genuine. And you can literally be yourself and know that it's for a certain type of person. But until then, it's you're super distracted with the naysayers. And again, focus on the people that are for you, because honey, you ain't for everyone. My second tip for you is to have the highest opinion about yourself. There are billions of people in this world, and yes, you're going to be judged. Yes, not everyone is going to like you. Yes, you're not going to be everyone's cup of tea. At the end of the day, let the world do the judging. You don't have to do it. You don't have to criticize yourself. You don't have to be negative about you. You don't have to be harsh to yourself. You don't have to be unkind to you. Because let me tell you something, the world out there is already going to do that. So at the end of the day, let them do that. You don't have to do the dirty work when it comes to you. Do the clean work, do the gentle work, do the graceful work, do the work that feels like love, like kindness, like grace, like confidence, like self-love. Because you can leave all of that dirty work for somebody else. We judge ourselves so harshly, and I feel ourselves are trying our best to find a cheerleader. And it's like we want a cheerleader from external people and external validation, but the biggest cheerleader should be you. The biggest cheerleader should be your internal validation. Like when you believe in yourself and when you believe that you are worthy and that you are confident, it shows, it resonates, it projects itself through your aura. People can feel it, people can see it, and that's how you get them to then cheer you on. So there comes a point where you have to stop being the agitator of your own success. You have to stop being in your own way. You have to stop talking about yourself so negatively and let other people do that dirty work. You are not here to be unkind to you. So if you have to choose a position, choose the higher position. Choose the position of love. Choose the position of respect for self. Choose the position of self-love. And let the world do the dirty work, because you don't need to do that. And my third tip for you is connected to that tip that I just talked about. In this world, there are a lot of unkind people. You really have to understand that there is a lot of people in this world that are hurt, that are traumatized, that are insecure, that are angry. And they use social media and the internet to project a lot of their unsolved and unresolved feelings. So when you do something, let's say you post something online, or let's say you decide to do something new and you get negative feedback from somebody who might be a total stranger to you, you have to like really dig deep to find compassion and empathy for that person, because they literally took time out of their day to be nasty, to be unkind. And that is not the type of life that you are actually trying to live. So it's not about having pity for people like this, but it's like understanding that your rise into who you are becoming and walking into your self-actualization and into your higher self is going to trigger a lot of people who are not there. It's going to ruffle feathers. It's going to make people feel very insecure. It's going to make people feel like, who does she think she is? And that's not your problem. Your light is just triggering people in their darkness. And that requires you to just give empathy, give praise where praise are needed, and literally understand that their fight with you is not a fight actually with you, but a fight with their own unresolved feelings or triggers. And y'all, that was so important for me when I was moving into my highest self and I was stepping into my power. Particularly as a Caribbean woman, we come from a culture that tells us that we have to play it small and we have to settle for the bare minimum and we should be grateful for what we have. So as a Caribbean woman, asking for more was very unorthodox and very confrontational for the normal status quo or the normal custom of what is expected culturally in Caribbean society. And I would say that I recognized immediately other people's feelings of me being too confident or me coming across too brave or me coming across too strong was their own projections of them not being able to do that and them not being able to step into that and them staying in what was taught to them and not really like finding their own truth. And for me, that changed the game for me because I recognize that I am not the issue. It is not you, it is other people's projections, it is other people's issues. And just show compassion. You do not have to go in the mud and roll around in the mud like that person has done. Keep it graceful, keep it classy, and keep it diplomatic. My fourth tip to help you bend other people's opinions is literally to do the things that make you feel strong and avoid the things that make you feel weak. When other people project their opinions on you, that may make you feel weak. That may make you feel insecure. That may demotivate you. That may hurt you. And that puts you in a space of weakness. And I want you to stop giving people access to make you weak. That means focusing on the things that give you strength. So for example, you might have, let's say, done something that makes you feel so confident and makes you feel so good and makes you feel so in control of your life and so powerful. And then somebody with their opinion comes and tells you something, and all of a sudden, what you felt, that high that you felt, is now deflated. And it's because you gave that person access to you to be able to weaken you through their opinion. And we need to create some strong, powerful, and unapologetic boundaries about how people can access us. For example, let's say you're taking up space in the workplace, like you're really showing up for your presentations and you're doing stuff differently. Don't go into the lunchroom after your presentations where everyone is there and they're about to like dump their opinions on you. As soon as you finish your presentation, honey, you take yourself out and you go and have lunch somewhere else. You don't need to be in that environment. You don't need people to have access to you. You don't need people to dump on you. And that's the thing, like you have to maintain your peace and also your power. So focus on doing the things that make you feel strong. And whatever is making you feel weak, nip it in the bud. So the other tip that I have for you is recognize when you are judging yourself faster than other people are judging you. Now, I know that this is a little bit like counterintuitive to this topic, but it needs to be said. A lot of times we are like fearful of other people's opinions, but it's because our opinions about ourselves are so negatively loud. Yes, I'll say that again. Some of us, our opinions about ourselves are negatively loud, extremely toxic. And because we believe that about ourselves, we then think that other people believe that too. And if you judge yourself first, guess what happens? You're projecting that. You're projecting the insecurity. You're projecting the lack of confidence. You're projecting the unworthiness. And then people follow suit. Now, the other tip that I have for you when it comes to bidding other people's opinions is having receipts for your beliefs and having receipts for your strengths. I think when you have receipts, it really gives you a level of confidence in you and in your ability that you can silence people. So for example, somebody might say, oh, well, you are not qualified to do XYZ. But you know to yourself that you have certain experiences that make you qualified. You know that you've been able to create a certain impact which legitimizes you. You know that you've had significant authority in a space which validates you being in this particular position. So always have your receipts which make you feel strong and which make you feel validated and justified in your opinions about yourself. I remember when I launched my business, which is a coaching and consultancy company, I had first started with CVs and cover letters. Now, mind you, I career transitioned from law and then went into business and academia. And I knew that a lot of people who knew me from law would be like, what does she know about career advice? How is she giving career advice? But little did they know, I was literally working as a career advisor at my university. I did it at my master's level and I did it at my PhD level. And then I went on to do my postgraduate diploma in career information and advice. I feel as women, we need to have our receipts on deck and we have to not be afraid to put people in their place and let people know, listen, you don't know the facts. So here is the facts. Let me state the facts for you. Because I feel like a lot of people out here, they try it. They think that they can disrespect you. They think that they can belittle you or make you feel like you're not worthy or you're not qualified or you don't belong. And having receipts lets people know you do not know my full story. You do not know my full life. You do not know where I am from. You do not know where I'm going. You do not know what I have undertaken to get where I am. And my final tip to bend other people's opinions is to really do this for your younger self. You know that younger self that was either silenced, overlooked, judged, probably bullied, didn't have a voice, didn't have options, didn't have support. You know that younger self that a lot of us are still living in as adults. We have the opportunity to change the status quo of our younger selves by fully stepping in to our highest and most prominent and self-actualized future self. And when you look at that younger version of you that needed the protection, that needed somebody to stand up for them, that needed somebody to listen to them, you recognize how this is your opportunity to do that for you. Do not be afraid to release everybody's opinions and judgments and show up for yourself, because by showing up for yourself, you are protecting that little girl. You are giving that little girl a voice that she never had. You are allowing your younger self to finally be seen. And that is so powerful. Too many of us are still repeating our traumas and our silencing in our adult years. And it's time for us to change that. It's time for us to take our lives back. It's time for us to stop giving people that level of influence and precedence over our lives. We have to start to live our lives for our younger self. There is so much that was robbed from us as children. And I feel like in adulthood, this is our time to reclaim ourselves and reclaim so much of what was lost in childhood. So I hope that this video was helpful and it empowers you to take control of your life, to step into your fullest self and to bend other people's opinions. Stop living in the shadows of other people's opinions and make your younger self proud, make your future self proud, and really embody your truth. At the end of the day, you have to live with you for life, right? You don't have to live with other people's opinions, but you have to live with you for life. So be your biggest cheerleader, root yourself on, and at the end of the day, go bravely for what you believe in. You have this one life, make yourself proud. It's about time. This is your life. Hold it by its edges and say, all right, we're gonna do this. All right. So until next time, I'll see you in another video. As always, you are light, you are love, and you are so destined for greatness. Comment and let me know what were your thoughts in this video, and I'll see you in another one. Much, much love.